I'm going to GDC tomorrow and I need your help. So this is my first vlog that I've done in a really long time. I don't really do these as much as I used to, just because I'm so busy with my normal content these days, making guides and tutorials and live streams and all sorts of stuff like that. And I do all that at my desk over there. I just don't really have that much time to vlog and talk about other stuff, but this is one of those situations. So I'm going to GDC tomorrow, I'm flying into San Francisco, I'm super excited, and weirdly, this is actually my first ever GDC, which seems a little strange, right? Because I've been in this industry now for 15 years. It's been a roller coaster 15 years, but it's been a real fun 15 years. And in that time, I've done E3, I don't even know how many times, maybe 6 or 7, something like that. Rest in peace, E3. I've just poked myself in the eye to salute. Nice. But I've done a bunch of E3s. I've done a bunch of Gamescoms. I used to do Eurogamer back in the day, which then turned into, what do they call it? EGX now. It's EGX now. So I've done a bunch of gaming conventions and conferences and stuff like that, but I've never done GDC. I've just always felt like it's kind of not been necessary for a gaming content creator, because we've had E3 and that's been where I've been able to really connect with developers and get early previews of stuff and things like that. But now that E3 is no more, I'm kind of trying to figure out what the thing is that is going to fill its place, and I feel like GDC might be that, maybe. So my intention with going this year is, number one, just to replace the gap in my heart that was left by the demise of E3, rest in peace. But another reason is that I feel like there might be an opportunity to get you guys some really cool kind of like early footage of certain games that you might be interested in and stuff like that. If I can go and just sort of like bang on the door of developers that are doing demos at the show, like obviously I'm not going to be prying, trying to get info that I shouldn't be getting access to, but for the devs there that are showing stuff or that are preparing to show stuff later this year or next year, I want to make sure that I'm making those connections now so that I can get access to those previews when the devs are ready to share them, and then I can show you guys that footage and we can all kind of benefit together from me being able to, hopefully at least, be in the room for some of those conversations. Because I feel like the games industry last year had such an incredible run. Like, it was full of really, really incredible games, and I sort of get the feeling and the vibe that this year may be similar. I mean, we've got Elden Ring DLC coming out in just a few months, and that alone I think is going to make some people's year for gaming. But just overall, I've got a good feeling, despite the fact that there are lots of layoffs happening right now, and despite the fact that the industry from kind of working in the industry perspective is in a bit of a rough place. I still think that the games that are actually coming, having been made over the last 3 to 4 years, are looking really polished and looking really good. So hopeful that that's going to be possible. I might also do some podcasty stuff, and this sort of brings me onto the topic of where you guys come into the picture and why I said I needed help at the start of the video, right? So I don't fully know how GDCs work. I know very well, like I said, how those other conventions work, but when it comes to it being a conference like for game developers and game development, I'm a little bit less in my comfort zone, just a teeny tiny bit. And so I'm really curious if there's anyone that you know is attending GDC, any games that you know that you are attending GDC, any projects that are like little indie projects that you're excited about, anything like that, that you think I should go out of my way to attempt to go and see. Because as it stands right now, like there's a list of like industry events that are happening through the week. It's like 150 things, and I'm looking at it like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And so it'd be really, really useful if any of you guys have any specific games that you're like, Milo, I'm super excited for SpongeBob the video game coming in 2027, and they're going to be at GDC. Hit them up, because then I can actually go chase SpongeBob down and have a friendly conversation with Bob. That's another thing. Have you guys ever thought about the fact that SpongeBob could just be shortened to Bob? And you're talking about like, oh yeah, Bob said this. Bob? That's a weird thought to me. Feels very uncomfortable. Anyway, I could go chase Bob down and be like, hey Bob, I just wanted to catch up, you know? Just like shoot the targets on buried, so to speak, and end up trying, at least maybe, to get Bob to do a podcast on the channel, for instance, so that you guys can hear all of the insights that Bob has to share about living life under the sea. Like, that's the sort of thing that I feel like GDC is maybe all about. But also, maybe, I don't know. And I think that this hopefully feels natural amongst some of the stuff that you've seen on the channel in the last couple of months, because I've been really making a concerted effort to try and spice things up a little bit. Like, we've done a fair bit of Pal World content, which a couple of years ago on my channel would have never happened. Like, it's just always been difficult for me to branch out in a way that I feel like I'm continuously doing, rather than just individual branch outs and then reverting back to zombies. Like, the Pal World stuff has been a little bit more repeated. Like, we've done several videos on the game. I've also been posting a lot of other bits and pieces. I posted some Suicide Squad, for example. Like, I'm just sort of dabbling here and there right now, and I'm really enjoying that. The Last of Us, I streamed The Last of Us 1, and I streamed The Last of Us 2, and I now have a 50-page The Last of Us video essay, which we're going to be working on and posting sometime, realistically, probably next month. We tried to push for this month, but it's just been really hard to get it done in time because the video is going to be so damn long. It's going to be like 2 hours long. So I've been trying to expand my remit of some of the stuff that I cover on the channel, and this GDC trip is another step in that direction, where I'm just like, you know what? Something just fell over there. You know what? Zombies is in a bit of a sketchy place right now, and it's going to be a little wobbly for the rest of the year, and so I may as well fill the rest of the year with fun stuff for you guys to be entertained by. That's the goal, and I'm hopeful that I will be able to achieve it, but we'll see. So that's it from me. Drop a like if you've enjoyed this Milo Monday on a Sunday, and if you want to see more videos like this, then please let me know down in the comments. It's really nice to just sort of chat to you guys in a very casual manner for once, because everything that I do these days is like super highly polished, and it's nice to just be able to be like, hey, what's up? All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye for now.